This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
And the girl, I'm not cool.
But you know, mamma, quick.
Okay.
Obesity in Tinako, Germany. Obehuna team didn't no good just in the top, and then player needing was.
This is the what you. Oh, number na form.
You
know what number na form.
Oh, now Bayern Munich, they
could
at least last season we have 13 Bundesliga clubs or more. Sardine. The almost person or much and say Bayern for the chassis. The almost person or much and say player be a team needing. It should be above all players. Until almost the team needing a Kosra. Napoli and the Diaba fan player be and soon team. That is the reason why I almost let me ASR. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne by Yaya Toure, I'll go in for Yaya Toure as the better midfielder than Kevin De Bruyne. You know, Obi Busa, I don't know if you
there be questions, though.
Oh, me free or me free.
Members on bed, days in questions.
I will be free.
Yeah.
Me yen a quick one, me free. Now, issues about transfers. Manchester United, Chelsea, they busy in the market in the last few weeks. Now United there after almost defeat against Brighton, I'm more bad news in him so well. So for Chelsea, Wesley Fofana and Obi Busa on the Milan screen here. Apart from age, Fofana Sana screen here out top on Nuru screen here or Bebia in terms of the game of football. So Skriniar is a far better player than him. Leicester City in Crave Free or Urban said Chelsea a kind of bid £70 million co. I'm a Leicester City a rejected bid. And then that's already and some free Urban say team are your friend Paris Saint-Germain. And so say almost so a baby room for Brant your friend Wesley Fofana. And could be back at a PhD there. Say can watches almost 3 back here open here friend Christopher Galtier the ball the game against Clement Foot. Sergio Ramos and Marcos Correa and President Kimpin Bank almost 3 back here and come away. But so watch 3 back here you can watch him here. One player a woman 1 year consistent since of signing my Paris Saint-Germain, and that player is Sergio Ramos. So obviously, West Ham call Luis Ocampos or so when he have branch friend Tiro Kera, the German international. Now American West Ham United team no, until that implies PSG will need 1 centre back or a versatile player. Obetimi ashemu diama any of their 3 back, and they feel say someone to me land Milan screen now because so tien free in time Milan and sober. Openia your friend Simeone Inzaghi into the Ababe to dwa say e kwan bi obefa so ama Denzel them fresh and anka Manchester United and Chelsea pen on atena na afi abrante friend Milan screen and so atena no obema those players na atena say sa players yi tena dia then the only player in the transfer market now or PSG for no believe say obetimi fit into their scheme of things defensively. Hey, Abrante o TV so your friend Wesley Fofana no. Samson at Chelsea so eso omu hia Abrante nti ababe a tag of 4 between the two. And Sika Leicester City are rejected the no enwanwa say a player on show so much quality at top level. Only experience at that top level football. Only obi a why consistent performer or even national team collapse no. You know what me akobo bebre no. Na Leicester City be rejected that particular bit. He's a youngster, a true potential. But Chelsea says still almost in because they are still in the market for AA players. Chelsea wabi. Timo Werner kwako drew and you know okwako any medical sana na no pay. And Chelsea babe to just Abrante and happy. The number of games or the man Chelsea no onye happy. Makasa in the Premier League about 1,368 minutes na dem team I Chelsea. Also onye happy or more playing time. Coach in so about Babe say no. And your playing time can also be the man. You need to defend your role and your position. Our park and so. She show just to say Kosia card from a Chelsea Bobokona. I was so make it your so betimenya results on the field of play. I'm on the Wetimia Koye, the Amabuku friend Chelsea. And your Kokwasa. Any few games now, boy, and you are talking about 56 games and also 10 goals per in the league. But overall, he played 89 games, scored 21 goals with 23 assists. And Edema Boboko friend Chelsea. Last season, American, you know, just 4 goals for Chelsea in the league. Such player, you know, Chelsea for more. And now there's some more playing time. Oh, you one player, or just pa. You talk of N'Golo Kante, you talk about Romelu Lukaku, then you talk about Timo Werner, who earns a lot within the Chelsea ranks. Into obi odi sika kete no nsa anya bi mo, and in the presence of Raheem Sterling, nothing shows Abrante will be more playing time this particular season. Chelsea Aboka there in just 2 seasons now signing player for 47 point something million pounds, now turn for just 25.3 million pounds. Over cuts and the potential, the expectation, and it GD and not just wo mu say go betim dia mo no, you know Abrante and buy and want me and fast more. But you know he won the Champions League and waji other lorries the ama 8 my friend Chelsea. Baby you all there ni home ya te say live the front so asa signing Abrante friend Benjamin Sesko from RB Salzburg. And the better how the pair no ebesi you see Paulson the likes of Emil Forsberg and all those guys you know I'll move fade off. So they will need new guys I'm betting about I take over from Leipzig team no. Yeah, we see Timo Werner well, a German number 9 for the Coupe du Mondial. We are hoping so we have more games, more goals than the man to be Timi Akoye at the Amano. Germany who have you? Teams Marco 19 and a junior. Omo babe pim so omo pa branch friend Callum Hudson-Odoi. Na team need to see di animu ne pa team friend Borussia Dortmund. Previously, Nanka Bayern 4 ba so omo pe no. Obi anim so okọ Bayern in the last minute they agreed to stay at Chelsea. Nansan onya bi mo. Now said the Chelsea expectation is so more. Not you know here a lot. They want to be part of the Champions League. League no person almost stay competitive. Or person almost body a very strong side up fronter. And even in the absence of Raheem Sterling and all those guys are more penal. Now Branty in your bimo. Until one more saban or better than when you biabo. Just a coach rotating in pecking order. So far Hakim Ziyech, for Christian Pulisic, now Timo Werner and they talk about Raheem Sterling. Out of the 4, only the last person in pecking order. Into a branch and better and you be abo and you met me a friend about Boko a friend Chelsea. But at Borussia Dortmund, only so much worry for competition of places. Now so be Asha. In recent times, the German Bundesliga and Emma, the English talent, the time to grow. Into show be on your chance share Ethan and Pedu. A bro few Chelsea copy mu RB Leipzig. Our Saban when your time to grow. She will be Sergeant Abri. As I call back to Bayern Munich, no, when your time to grow and it's a selling. Pico be said Jude Bellingham. A copy mu Borussia Dortmund, no, when you the time to grow. I mean, Timothy Bebre HS Abrante friend Jude Bellingham. You talk about Jadon Sancho as well. Those players ain't enough time to grow in the Bundesliga and the teams na Sanko for Maba. But in the Premier League, Busa said this season Sansan ko yan fa Manchester United. Omo be ko so Jadon Sancho so and that's some for a top player from that particular rank sir. On anybody that same rule I'm about between na. That is the difference between the German Bundesliga and in the Premier League. Callum Hudson-Odoi pay his talent and in the quality of Ukraine as a youngster. I think that Dortmund will be a very good play for him. No team flourish, no live up to expectation. Hakim Ziyech, AC Milan for an die. Almost sister la omujina so pa Branton on loan. So Ramisia can farm mom. And they say baby omujina no about a loan deal and Chelsea want to sell. That is it for the transfers of Chelsea. And then clear ban or penny say Todd Bowley a catcher Thomas Tuchel so person cover room Freza. Dinwa eba be PMO Chelsea bo kunim. Chelsea a striker. Ya come and feed the pay there. Ya capia Americo Bambiang there. And now the next on the block a Branty a friend away Freza Osinaka Edema Crystal Palace. A 29-year-old player out free Delifan free Cote d'Ivoire and a air Todd Bowley person Cofano. Emmanuel Babisi akan Edema Tima your friend Chelsea. I can 1 year contract pay. Check the number of years I was spending or say who's packed with Crystal Palace. The Sika Origin Subebre, you are talking about £135,000 a week. Chelsea were a lot if they decide to go in for him. He's a good player. Mementia said that why in Pimpin or that social because certain players play for a top teams. I don't think they are better than him. But is he going to be the real guy, the fox in the box, and a player to bang in the goal for Chelsea? So Chelsea signing Anna. I think that Chelsea will need to go in for an arrowhead, a predator, a clinical finisher. I would generally more the ball about waiting the atom than to go in for a player who acts as an auxiliary or a player who operates from the flanks. Manchester United don't need bar and airbo. Now, Nesoko England will be a cardio person who can be a. Rufedin and Abeka be a monoquadie, or not try in the first 11. Hey, Lisandro Martinez a free to the hall, and an ababishing film fees only Fred in film. But some Babeka be also person competing for the Premier League. and yet the pivot of Scott McTominay and Fred. Those two malign midfielders in the last 2 days, you know, and Yasem Ketwa. Nanona Manchester United, so more could Juventus, no Macako Fabranti, Fen Adran Rabiot. France in the Sombra Nubisiaka and Famom. Sike dan so nyes kakase and Juve are looking at 15 to 20 million euros and omo pesa omoje. Ni sika oje son e wo Juve because he earns 145,000 euros a week e wo Juventus. Juve midfield no gradually illustrative say I choked and say uti omo nsem na omo kana onu so onye ready to extend his deal, just 1 year left on his contract. Obi any the controversies around this particular player. So any agent, a friend Veronique, or no anime, said your city. He's an epitome of Mino roller. He's a Confucianist and a controversial one indeed. So Ocean Toka on Nicolel Mbappe, Papa di Bo, Mbappe nine, and they call fast so cheap PG. I decided to my brand and renewing a contract, and I called did you before fast after playing against Cagliari last season. I supported Netete, Rabiot, Esreni Abasa, and social media. Now United are in for a controversial agent. Omanya be a chum omanya happy and almost aquacunia sa play and mammy amana babe can be home at Old Trafford. Is he the right person to solve the United woes? A good player, but you know, no. Makasa Manchester United is here a defensive midfielder. Where he's another link up midfielder. Only be our because or Bano Babe control midfielder the amount. So for be the Scott McTominay, he's ahead of him. He's a good player. Ball need on him. Few exceptional games in Paris Saint-Germain. Oko Juve, he has been on and off. Omokofa Dennis Zakaria ba Manuel Locatelli is yet to hit the ground running Ewo Juve. But coach Nenya that believe no one say in the central midfield he's the first pick alongside Dennis Zakaria and Popo by Efeta. Popo Babe John Yomi in midfield. Almost say a bon como Paris Saint-Germain. So Omokofa Branti fe Leandro Paredes. Emra meka so in pecking order they fuse Branti general. Wabrosu finfio. United in for him within a short time. They need a midfielder or be more with that control or be more putting the fear factor in opponent. This is not the player to put in a fear factor, but he will be a perfect addition to the United midfield. What United lacking in the transfer market and almost lacking on the field of play, no, still almost finding a solution to that. But as a squad member, you know, Brantin will be anybody so any and Obey United. So when a DM eba bekano, na say on anymore. He excel with a pivot. Obi a was steady Brantin a friend Rabiot Obiano. Unya Marco Verratti, he's next to Marco Verratti. Oko Juveno Unya so he had been on and off. Omunya the best of him, and in the last minute, you know they want to leave, and they still feel say with the players available, things will be tough for him in midfield.
I'm for church or Madrid. This is madness. Todd Bowley. Is Zaha better than Hudson Odoi? I mean, there in the Busa same way. Zaha. Is he better than Hudson Odoi?
He is far better.
Oh, okay.
Emuwa.
I mean, there in the Busa, okay.
Yes. You know, Emuwa pa.
I see.
Now when they say US and Ghana,
who for Zaha?
Aye. Any Kalum Hudson Odoi. US and Ghana and Temune Demon Pepe.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Zaha besa timiabo. I think about versatility. You go in for Zaha as well.
Okay.
So we decided about two top and now say even as a forwarder, I think say he brings that variety to your game. But Hudson Odoi is a typical winger, and the experience of with Zaha, it dates back from somewhere 2011 thereabout. You understand it? Because he came to play United around 2011.
Yes.
And he's been on top basically every year, giving you top performance. I think yes, he's still a far better player than Hudson.
I mean, today now also Hudson Odoi better. Actually, Zaha. Honestly, there be Zaha better. I say it's never true. That's your opinion. Now, that's also opinion.
No, why has Callum Odoi approved BB? Zaha is a consistent performer and one of the top performers in the EPL. You know, I've read had you in Bo.
So he'll give you everything.
Zaha. Then I'll pay any more on farmer. 7, 11, 9, 10. You know the Bema.
Wow.
He's a good player.
Okay.
I feel it's so you Brunian ko frase ho. You know he's a good player.
Sir.
When Freda.
Yeah.
You Brunian ko frase ho da. Sancho nimbo bonchewi. Radford nruwe.
No mean ya so munya brofo.
Oh so mo de.
Oh so mo de mo ya brofo. So mo free.
Omu England.
Omu free. woman now.
And because we England here.
Okay.
So go you Bruni dear, not just a color.
Okay.
As if I go on to say, oh, no, no.
On the also to someone.
Wait,
him selling no
and until I'm Casa, okay, say Bruni dear, now color. Because I do me example in your
all right.
What I say?
Yati.
The only thing we English and no your French.
You know, in Bozard, in Bo.
There are players here, teams no muno. But come back, big teams need be more. Obi is a song. And I'm only
So
so you mean it's a grade A player? On him, you know, he's supposed to be playing for first class teams.
Yes.
But among
can you imagine seeing Son Heung-min playing alongside Benzema for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
yes.
It's what you're talking about, sir.
A place in the course of Franco Mokofa. Son Heung-min is a potential player for Manchester
That is
United.
it.
So here's the Osibuni gamer.
What in the name, sir? These players.
Now Makofa Jidan Sancho after Kotemsika Kakadiamano.
English boy.
Yes. This is a potential United player.
Is he available on the market?
Well, obviously, yes.
Why
Why
attempts?
So he mean you call Hurricane one also obeko. No what to the new to home call obeko then they still papa is a da.
So all signing Hurricane for 150 yeah. You are good to go. So first on you mean for 120. Dembele Barcelona to say. We Dembele no we have. Barcelona to Dembele say. Sheska or more the far Dembele. Man, look at other signings.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish. Any 100 million. Jack Grealish will do half.
Yeah.
And you know, I agree Daniel Levy is a tough customer. But this is a potential player that is supposed to play for United and the lives. I want to also come. But
Okay, yẹn to aso nti wo friends aha me no there abidafo no say enye hustle no door enyonko ene wo friends aha minim the wadwen ye ode o say it's not true, that's the opinion. Oh then there will be opinion, oh no opinion. Yanko
you know me the United you know one problem Man United are facing a panic buys into Manchester City kofa Fred no makwa kofa Manchester City kofa Alexis Sanchez no makwa kofa Man City kofa Cristiano Ronaldo no makwa kofa. Out of the three, what has been the results? Ronaldo gave them those goals. In fact, individually he did extremely well. Looking at his age, anybody be no free back. But Che Sanchez, Che Fred, Omunya the best of him. Even Ronaldo overall, they are in Europa, and they've been lamenting.
Yeah.
And the panic buys and more United than saying. That is why I said that they need somebody, a personality in the transfer market. And then penny phone on quite some go say ho.
Yeah.
So my advice no. And a Claudio Lotu to the Abasa feed the Sergio Milenkovic Savic or the Abasa 60. Say United power Monkofa. But when you have a code that plays Bruno and then Eriksen in a game, it implies that he doesn't need Sergio Milenkovic Savic. Because our two players are profile just like Sergio Milenkovic Savic. Two attacking minded players. I'll be a bit me about number 10. Both on the left and on the right. The same thing. And as Sergio Milenkovic Savic, the difference is that Sergio Milenkovic Savic can play as boss to boss because in Roma, it is either Luis Alberto plays behind Ciro Immobile or Joaquin Correa no about Pimo in Milan. Until you have a perfect number 8 in Sergio Milenkovic Savic, but in that role, and then coach 3 person rotating between Bruno and then Abrante friend Christian Eriksen. Into Obeko for him and United will need a pivot. Obia Oya strong enough to battle opposition to make sure he disrupt and destroy play. Because now they done who bag a crowd here almost 4 and 5 feet here. Omo here Ibrahim Sangari, omo here Winfred Ndidi. They need that tall figure in midfield. I'll bet me here, the man can this again again, Pierre the force of Monpenny. The man can straight away. Nanka United a quack of Fana Babi Finfin to stabilize the midfield for them. Because omo check omo competitors are. Even Everton that are struggling, their pivot will be stronger and better than Man United. Into omo to omo boss and omo players are. Omo betimi asise ho amani betimi akoye di amomo. They shouldn't rely on Scott and Fred alone in midfield. Okay. And yes sir, if you struggle against Pascal Gross and then Abrante friend McAllister there, then they do not go to Liverpool ni Man City from there. And they year now be.
Zaha is 100 times better than Hassan Odoi. Zaha is a leader in that Crystal Palace team. He's a fulcrum around which the Palace team has been evolving for seasons. Zaha is Ivorian born we free Clifford Table for Junior Woodbridge VA on the way Abre. And was
You know,
I mean there's out here.
I mean there was a photo
Or a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea fan, eh? Okay.
Oh, em said the person can say Nico at Chelsea kofa.
Okay.
Maybe as an person.
On Pero.
There was a gas on Penna.
So no you say so has no doy no nya bi mo a stay sika ngon ko fa reverse.
Sure. Okay.
For him, Odoy is a better player.
Oh, okay.
Aminu there, pa. Zaha's shin guard is even better than Odoy. Jabir aggressive. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and the Jabir aggressive. Or the Riyadh, Saudi, and Abre.
Oh, you're very aggressive.
Aminu there. Oh, you many people are support. Okay, young boy.
You know, Bernardo Silva, a transfer, no, Obi Busa, wants him. Well, and when Crab and Sabranti and you're happy because in common the Barcelona food year, and in the agent copy more Spain now on it, one Laporta and Matthew Alemani Mokobon Comono until she be Babisine.
Can you? More my friend will come to me register on the entrance of any terms.
£80 million in the transfer market today, and when Sika Branti or that TV see or where say Barcelona this says can be Babefano. If you look at the struggles, any name of Barcelona Ecom. Yadika team say players near 32. And also 7 echo and as it stands now, Oscar Miguel and Kwan Etimiako. And to be said the rest no Macano. Have you ever saw more to name on betting register? And there was said you are picking him penny for your meeting. No cotton is sick, so said a bear. A genuine Yama Beckley, Amabasa Timia register players. Frankie Dion is thinking about getting a pay cut. Said a bear will bet me at an elbow couldn't say Chelsea Dino and Timia Maso and Farmana. Sergio Busquets so the basa besa you meeting there. Nimina you come fast what it in Yamaso. Na space Abba said the bear wage will bet me register the likes of Rafinha and other players. Into after all, the question you ask yourself and say, Sebasa Sanyama way now. Bernardo Silva still want to go there and ply his trade, but would they have that amount of money, £80 million? I'm going to copy on Manchester City for Bernardo Silva now. Pep here in the first team sheet against West Ham United, the young Bernardo Silva with Kevin De Bruyne and Ike Gondaga in midfield, no. Naming him say a statement to be our monitor. Bernardo Silva moved to Barcelona and say maybe Pep is planning life after Bernardo Silva because in the first game and that crucial game, looking at how our West Ham United sit before the end of the season, no be any so best start no. But you know, Cobenchino, as it stands now, in common kwanimu the Gina. Inti yehwe se Barca betimi aba na ma ba befa na ate Bernardo Silva betena na akoso asina kan e dia Manchester City a Florentino Perez aka kire ni players na game na omokọ akobo na oyin Helsinki ne se afiu ohwehwe 100 trophies inti 97 na opemiensa na aka ho se saade a Super Cup na omokọ akobo no the La Liga, the Copa del Rey and the Champions League no hia so nyamumiensa o dia ba be so amwakwa kunya 100 trophies. And only idea Florentino Perez. Real Madrid team beating Ayamano. Say Real Madrid against Eintracht Frankfurt. And yet the uncertainty and the team see in football there. You know what do you expect from Karim Benzema and his charges? You expect say Omode Frankfurt bet 2 baby. No more team are making sure some be added to their trophy. And again in the La Liga no. Okay, the signings of Barcelona. Natural Real Madrid team how much team beef up the setup with youngsters now. What team said the competition will be so killing between Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. So Mobe team are competing for the trophy this particular time. Oman Ebesa competing for the Copa del Rey. And again, in the Champions League, teams now, English teams now, Real Madrid, you are moving in Nadina. Obi a tries to be team no be view up in the setup no for the Champions League. Will Madrid still start the Champions League as favorite? Ombesa add up as a defender again and season is Nadina, you beat me actually. But they have quality in all rounds to compete for all trophies. And if Florentino Perez so demanded from the players now, you know you perfectly agree. Isco akwako PM was Sevilla. And when I fed here, Isco etimi akwako PM from the La Rosaleda, Malaga Babe PM was Santiago Bernabeu. The first season he was super. A true talent that was tipped to replace Andres Iniesta in the La Royal national team for Spain. You know no be any son Babe the next Iniesta. And Obi Onya chance share the game between Italy and Spain in the World Cup 2018 World Cup qualifiers. No, who the Isco bet him the Abba the Madrid setup. But after that, when you multiple trophies, Real Madrid there. but the potential no be any say Isco bedro no chenwa Isco antimi animi anya half mpo. He's a forgotten name in Spain recently. Pedro Mukra Babe overtake Nicola Gonzalez and those guys and Suma Babe overtake Isco Asensio and Danny Ceballos Munina Babe take over Isco. I mean Isco be a ref, you know. Will Sevilla be a perfect place for him for revival? And also Okwako ade up to the teamer. Omuntu among 4-2 Muntokro, no more has any Mabitimi Akuya qualify for the Champions League. Yeah, wishing it well. He's a good player, but you know, in Real Madrid there, I'm farmer Francesco Roman Alacon Suarez.
Ubodi panase oto form na otine ho ase ya ke ebeboa ba nipa odafo no o pressel no so so ba bekunto ana ya hage top performer at Crystal Palace, not at top club like Chelsea. Take a good check on a number of teams chasing to sign Odoi. Dayo Zaha has never caught the eyes of any top club for years at Crystal Palace. I mean, there. Also, do try to
Now, teams are chasing Callum Odoi, but ask yourself, it still doesn't make him a better player than Zaha. Teams now are Dortmund. Teams
Argentina pressure in Zaha. Teams enko pedal. Going check and a Bayern near Dina and almost chasing Odoi. Zaha one a pedal. Or your cashier on a club ticket in one team make a cashier or club cashier.
When Zaha was at the age of Odoi,
one game.
He's one of my favorites.
You can get your boogie side easily, and it looks like Brighton is gradually becoming a boogie side for us.
Do you know, he impressed me in the preseason. The first game I was disappointed, not because of the results, but the ball I know my team the ball preseason and who saw in the first game. Besides that, so here the materials among you, national materials are Brighton, you expect United to put in a stellar performance. Again, he disappointed. Moreover, so checking the disposition of play in terms of the arrangement and then the plan for the game, he disappointed me as well. The substitution spot on because he realized I made a mistake for his first 11. But you know, Man United will need time. I may say a pivot of Alan and Diokori is better than Fred and then Scott McTominay. And so Everton come to call relegation. The game is played in midfield. Teams now United person who competing for the top 16 now check their midfield. Check Liverpool, check City. Check Chelsea, check Tottenham Hotspur, check Arsenal midfield. No, those pivot in those areas. Even Arsenal Yakas almost struggle to make it to the top 5. No, check a fully fit Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka as pivot for the team, and the kind of protection them at the back for. Until the game is played in midfield, and the United midfield will struggle to compete. Last season, you started season, and if you struggle against Pascal Gross and then Mark Leicester, you know. And then one be now struggle against them. They need to give him top materials within that ranks. Now Champions League, you know, money now man so I day. And you know, a person, I'll bet there that players some of my barbershop FIFA clearly is lacking. I think it's going forward. You know, also you might just to make sure. But United and TSA, Liverpool, Sefranco can watch several times. If you look at the points gap between Manchester City and Man United, now so you're United fan, now see a chance, yeah. United in show be you know, not just one fair to the system. He needs time, he needs quality, he needs support to grow, to improve the squad. Because you know, players here Muho Diabaka, who do team ja Rashford, who do team ja Santra or Bebre because teams now no more competing in look at the area of talent and the quality at their disposal. United will need time. Okay. No more prepare team mama never
all right. Ebreneko PSG and so are joining race no Wesley Fofana signature no omo joining the Ayetawe so
yeah. Omo material care about West Ham United because West Ham David Moyes afraid Luis Ocampos. Okay. Into omo per one center back because Milan screening at the Inter for that team so omo for 18 na omo ton. Now he's a French boy. So we omo three back of Kimpembe, Sergio Ramos and Marquinhos. Marquinhos is consistent. Kimpembe is consistent in terms of outside injuries. But for Sergio Ramos, or Johnny PSG na or Prasa, the coach had decided to go in for a three back. So they will need another center backer or where at least one starting coach na rotate amana mobia. Baku pro be babishim their mom ko this is on call for 4 back. And we did a transfer market. If you have a French international, a young one and a potential player indeed, you know, so him Luis Ocampos, he is noted for signing young players. And until Amana decided to call for Wesley Fofana.
Leipzig. Since I remember how I'm a Timo Werner.
Oh, you know, yes.
Expectation.
Yes. Me who is obey me about one. Team no okakobon omu demand of fem. When you are second, when you are third, you only need to qualify for the Champions League. You are good to go. Again, he's not going to compete with so many players. So Benjamin Sesko ni Abrante FN Yusuf Paulson ebe kwa prewo anymore. So on the left side is going to be Christopher Nkuku on the right with Timo Werner on the left. Into Prebebrebe. There be your bebo and he's a German as well. Was time he was a big boy alongside Michel Sabista and then Emil Forsberg. Into team no akobon over Chelsea over one season as anko ya. I was say kofu biba no baby 2. Into ni area Hong Kong Zie Chaba Christian Pulisic ni ono nso ni emiensa na de Raheem Sterling akoka. Into in one position you have 4 players for fighting. But Sadia ne nkoso e wo Leipzig. Demand and expectation. Lives like Kokosha 10 goals will be anchored statistics and consistently. So you flop an hour and you flop. But look at Chelsea. So Bobo no say na you have those video analysts and a lot of people around. Ah, mo best see BB at the amount. Say no na me new team here. Everything hang the first game you know. Omo here the passer. Into the expectation at Leipzig and the expectation in the Premier League and the expectation at Chelsea. Chelsea cannot go 2 seasons without a trophy. AC. On be pam coach Kro any players on be kwa kofa biaba. It's a very good play for him, less pressure, perfect platform for him to revive his career.
Let Naro have a look at Timo Werner and Zaha.